Hello and welcome to this exciting lesson in Revit structure. In this lesson, I just want to teach you on how you can quickly model what you are seeing right here. This is a concrete building in Revit. Now, this lesson is dedicated for those who are just beginning in Revit. But you may ask me to say that if I'm already using Revit, how am I going to benefit in this lesson? Well, make sure that you watch from start to finish because there are a lot of tips and tricks that I want to show you on how you can quickly model such a structure as you can see. And I'm just going to use the default template so that anyone can do it on their computer as long as they have Revit installed with the default templates, and you should be able to model something like this in no time. So without wasting time, let's begin in this lesson. Now, before I begin this lesson, I just want to invite you to some courses in Revit structure, robot structure analysis, Revit architecture. Make sure that you check the links in the description. That is my website where I've developed some courses where I teach people, step by step on how you can model and detail complete projects in Revit. All right, so let me not waste time. Let's begin. And what I want to do is to simply delete whatever we are seeing here so that we can begin from scratch, so that beginners should not be asking questions to say that how did you do certain things. So I'll just click on close there and also click on this one. And this is the window that you see once you just double click the icon, the Revit icon on your computer. This is what you get. Now, whatever you are seeing here may be different, but to start a new project, just simply go to new right here. This is where you see your recent project, and this is where you see your recent families. And this is where you start your new project, and of course, open a project if you already created it. So simply click on new, and then from here, you just need to pick your template. I don't have the template that I want from here, so I'll click on browse and find the template within my installation folder. All right, so just click there and make sure that you go to templates, and now pick the template of your choice according to how you've installed your software. I'll go to English, and now I'll go down here and pick this template, structural analysis template, because it's a structural project, and simply click on OK. You see it's right here, then just click on OK once again, to get started. All right, here we are. The first thing that we need to start with is, of course, to create our grids. You just need to go to structure there, and now go to grids, click once here, and you see that the options will change here. This is where you can use the draw tools, and you also have some options here. If I move in here, you see that the cursor changes, and all I need to do is just start by clicking the first point, click the first point, drag here, click the second point. And now the next one, if I just want to have 3 meters, I can move my cursor there, watch the 3 meters, click the first point, and now the second point. If I don't want to be watching the dimension, I can just, make sure that I just place a number of them at random by clicking the first point, the second point, just like that. And now just, change the spacing later on. So assuming that that is my layout of the building, click there. Of course, I know this is 3 meters. The next one is 3 meters. So just click the one that you want to move. Click there, then type 3000. Enter on your keyboard, go to the next one. So we have the first 3 meters, the second one, click this one, that one to move, then click this one and type 4000. All right, click outside, then click this one. We want 3 meters, so even 3m works for millimeters. It will change to that. Then click this one, click that dimension 3m and enter on your keyboard, and you see we have this. So we have 2 which are 3 meters and 1 in the middle which is 4 meters. So we have the horizontal grids. Now to create a vertical one, if you want, you can go to structure, then click on grid, or you can just click one and right click and create similar within here. Then click the first vertical point down there, then click down there and escape by clicking on modify. Now you notice that it will continue from number 6, so you just zoom in here, click there, click once again. You can rename it. If you want to have A, you can, and click outside. All right, so I'll click this one once again, right click and create similar. And now it's still the same thing. If I want maybe to have 3 meters, I can just move there. It depends on what you want. If you want to just place at random and now change later, but I'll just watch it like that because these are quite few. Click there and click on modify. Now simply clean up, the grids here. I'll just click this one. If the grids are aligned, you see that it locks there. So once you just click one, you can hold your left mouse and bring it closer, click outside. I'll do the same on top by selecting one, hold your left mouse, bring it closer, select this one, drag it and bring it closer. And here we are, we have all our grids. All right, now let's deal with the levels by going to any of the elevations right here. I'll go to south elevation. And these are the starting, this is the starting point. You see that the grids, this is what we started with. Now I want to have this one space at 3 meters, which is okay. The first one is okay. So I'll go to structure and now you see that we have the level. I'll click there. And again, it's still the same thing. If you want to have another one at 3 meters, you can watch the dimension and snap there. We have this one. And again, you can do that, but again, if you want to be fast, you can just place those at random and modify it later on if you want. Then click on modify. So the first two are okay. So the second one, just click the top one, then type this one. 3M is good enough. Revit is intelligent to know that you are dealing with millimeters. 3M and enter. How many do we have? We have up to level 6, and this is what I want. I'm good. All right, now deliberately I'm not going to change anything here. I want to show you what usually happens, but we also need one at the bottom. So I'll select this one and simply right click instead of going there on top and create similar. Now for this one, maybe I just want to have it at 1.4. Click the first point and the second point. All right, sorry if I was obstructing here. So I'll click on modify and it's what we have. Now you can rename these levels by just double clicking within that. Click once, then click once again, and I just want to have TOF to rename this one. Click outside, and the rest I will leave them the way they are. All right. Now, if you try to check here under the project browser, you notice here that we just have level 1, level 2, but we want all the levels up to level 6. So all you need to do to have those levels appearing here, just go to view and go to plan views. Then you want it to be under structure plans. Okay, so this is what we have. If you want to create another category which is called floor plans, then you use this one, but structure plan is already here. So I'll click structure plans. You see that we just have 1, 2. The third one we don't have it, so we need to select it, hold shift and select all the way up to TOF so that all these can appear here. So this is important. Those are already using Revit sometimes struggle to do these things, then you be asking to say where are the levels. So this is what you do. Just click OK and you see that everything appears here. All right, click outside. Now you even start noticing that where are the grids here? I can see the grids. If I go to level 2, okay, have the grids. Let me open all these. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, 5, 6, and top of footing, which is right here. You see that there's nothing. The reason is that you just need to counter check and make sure that all these extents, you just drag this outside and select one and hold your left, drag it like that. Make sure that you check it also in different views under the elevations. Go to east. If it's like this, that's why you're not seeing some of the views, because it's not being cut across. Also select this one and drag it outside like that. Let's counter check our views. Level 1 is good. Where is level 2? I can double click this one. It's good. So later on, if you notice that there's something, some grids are not appearing, just make sure that you counter check under the elevations and drag those so that these are cutting each other. I'll select like that. Actually, it's called, if you want, you can even use this to code propagate extents. All right. So actually, propagate extents means that once you just draw, the grids, the grids on one level, it will be seen all the way through. If I select, let me select this one. If I click there, you see that you can select and see where these are supposed to be seen, but since I'm seeing everything, that is okay. Let me select this and just drag it here, and we have all our grids and levels. So let me simply close some of them so that you can see what we are doing here. I'll go to level 1, and now let's start dealing with our columns. All right, so columns are quite simple. You just need to go to structure, then click on the column. Then under the properties right here, click the arrow and pick the column of your choice. This is a concrete building. So I'll not change the dimensions. I'll simply pick the 300 by 450. I'll click there. If you want to change the dimensions, just click on edit, click on duplicate and give it a new name right here. I'll cancel. Once you do that, then rename the height and also the breadth, okay, from here. So I'll not do that because I just want to use the default size. Then from here, you can make sure that before you even start placing the column, come on top here and make sure that you check. Since we are at level 1, we want to go to level 2. So make sure that you pick height up to level 2. Okay. And here, make sure that you use a vertical column because a vertical column, of course. Then you can come here and simply start, placing those columns like that. If you want to be fast, you just click at grids, then hold your left mouse and drag from bottom right to top left. Release your mouse, see the preview. If you are happy, click on finish and click on modify. Right, now just remove the columns which are not part of your model. Like, I don't need these 4 columns. I'm just holding the control and like that, and I'll simply delete from there or simply from your keyboard. Okay, let's check this within our 3D. You see, this is what we have. I'm just using the wheel on my mouse to zoom in and out like that. And we are within the wireframe, so just come down here under the view style and change to shaded. This is what we get. Now, I don't like having the surface pattern. Select one of the columns. Come under the properties right here. You see that we have materials and finishes. Click once, then click once again. Don't be intimidated if you are a beginner. It's picking this material, and under the graphics right here, you see that under the foreground we have sand. Just click within that box here and hold your left mouse, drag on top and make sure that you pick no pattern. Click OK, click apply and click OK, and you see that one will disappear. Perfect. All right. Now, what I want to do is to just copy these columns on top and at the bottom. Of course, you notice here that the spacing here is quite different. And before I go any further, let me just click on south. The last one here, I don't want to have 3 meters. Let me reduce this one to, let's say, maybe 1500. Click like that, click outside, and this is what I have. So I want to copy these columns up to level 5, even up to level 6. I'll show you on how I can edit this, including at the bottom the same height. I'll just change the property so that it fits, matching the different heights there. So I can select from here or from 3D view, just from top left to bottom right, whatever is in the box will be covered like that. If I select from right to left, whatever the box touches gets selected, and I don't want this because I just want to select the columns. So I'll do it like that. Then come on top here. You see that we have the copy to clipboard. Click there. This one gets activated. Click that one and click on align to selected levels. And I just want to select everything, right? By holding the shift and select the last one and click on OK. You notice here that we have some issues here, but don't worry, we'll fix it soon. So I'll simply cancel there. And I know that, of course, I don't need the last column, this one here. Actually, let me do it from left to right so that I just pick what I want, the columns only, and I'll simply delete. All right, now we have this one, which we have to edit its properties. So as I said, if I want to select this column, the columns only, I can select from left to right, release the mouse, then I'll just need to change the properties by coming here. I know that is the top level is level 1, so I'll go top level, which is level 1. The base level is TOF. Base level right here, I'll click there and change to TOF. It's correct, but what we don't want is the offset. Just put a 0 here and move like that. You see that it fits perfectly there. I'll do the same on the top here. You see that there's an overlap here, but you can still select from top to bottom. Don't cover the two because you are selecting two columns. Just end here. You see that to even show what is being selected. I'll release from there, then change. I want from level 5 to level 6. So the base is of course level 5. Then the top level, click there, is level 6, and make sure that you remove the offsets. Put a 0 there, move inside, click outside. Now you see that if you select, it's perfectly fitting there. If you want, you can go to level 5 and start placing one by one, but this is the quickest. So the rest of the columns are okay because they are 3 meter high. Let me go to my 3D view. Perfect. This is what we get. All right. Now there's one more thing which I can notice here. All right. Let me just go to this view. I don't want these columns on top. I just need these two. So you can modify the way you know your building is. I hold Control and select these, and I want to delete those columns. Then I'll move, hold Shift and the wheel on my mouse, move in this direction, go to the left there, zoom in like that. I just want to leave these two columns even in this direction. Let me just counter check that is correct. I'll go to left. So I'll also once again do like that. Hold Control from left to right bottom, release the mouse, and I can delete from there. Now I have the columns that I just need on top there. Okay, perfect. We are done with the columns. The next thing that I want to do, of course, let me have the bases at the bottom here. So I'll go to top of footing here, zoom in here, right? And for the bases, the pad foundation, just go to structure, isolated, click on isolated. You can see that we have several options here and on how you are going to place it. And if I just click here under the properties, you can pick, the bases from here. I'll pick this one, the default one. Again, if you want to change the dimension, just click on edit. Make sure that you click on duplicate. Give it a new name, but I will not do that. And now come under the foundation thickness, type there, the width type there, the length type there. Just cancel and simply place my default bases by just clicking there one by one if I want. You can see that the grids will highlight. But if I don't want to place one by one, all I need to do is to simply go to Add Grids, click there, and now you can hold your left mouse, all right, from top left to bottom right like that. Release the mouse. Oh, is it supposed to let me redo this one? So for that I'll cancel. Okay, I'll do Add Columns. Since we have the column, this is where we want to have, so you can use Add Grids, but I think I advise you to use Add Columns. Then let me move from right actually to the top left. Release the mouse, and now you have those as a preview. Make sure that you click on finish. So this is the quickest one. Since you already have the columns, you don't have to be placing one by one. You can do that and click on modify. You can rotate these things. If I just select on that, then space bar on my keyboard, space bar, space, you see I'm able to rotate. So you can orient, these bases the way you want them to be. It's not a problem. This space bar can also be used for these columns. Space bar, you can do that if you want. Okay, now let me apply some graphics here. I know you may ask me to say that, but I mean the other model is not looking the way the other one was looking. So let me play with some graphics here. Just need to come down here, click on display options. I want to activate this one, smooth lines with anti-aliasing. I just want to use the wide lines for the silhouettes. It's okay. Then go to shadows, show the ambient shadows, go to lighting, and I just want to remove the shadows, but the lighting to push it a bit somewhere there. Click on apply. Maybe the lighting's too much. Okay, then click on OK, and this is what we get. All right, I can go top of footing again if you want to change. You don't want, those hatch patterns on this, you can select on it. It's still the same thing the way I dealt with the columns. Just need to come to the materials, click there, materials and finishes. You see this properties box can be dragged. If I just place there, you can drag it like that and you can see what you want. But I think I want to have enough space there. I'll just drag it up to there. And now to material there, click once, then click that little box at the end. And this is the same material that we have. Now, I don't like this material, but I'll leave it the way it is. But I'll come to graphics, the same thing. Go to that box and click on none, no pattern. Okay, apply. Okay, click outside and perfect. You see, we have it like that. Now, let me go down here and click on shaded. For those who would like to show it as shaded, you can do that and it looks good. Perfect. So we have our columns. Let's deal with our beams. Holding the shift and the way on my mouse, I can orbit like this. All right, let me just drag this like that. I'm holding the left mouse button to drag so that I have enough space. Now for the beams, you simply need to go to that level where you want to have your beams. So I'll go to level 2, this one here, and let me have the beams here. Go to structure, then go to the beam, click on the beam here. You'll notice that we have some options here and the draw tools here. Just click within the properties. And again, you can pick the concrete beam. I'll use this one by default and I'll not change the sizes. All right. So this is the one that I want. Then for this one, once again, you can do it one by one if you want. From this point up to that point, you see that the beam is right there. But if you want, you can use on grids by just clicking there. Then hold your left mouse and drag like that up to the top. Release your mouse. It's just going to place the beams where the columns are, joining from column to column. And this is the easiest. How cool is this? It is so powerful. All right, so just click on finish before you lose the selection. Then the columns will be placed there permanently and click on modify. All right. We have it like that. Now I just want to copy these beams on top. So what I'll do, I'll just select one, right click and select all instances in visible view. So I've selected all these beams. Now I'll go to 3D view. You see that these are the beams that I have and I want to copy these all the way up to level 6. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll simply go to clipboard, then click on copy to clipboard. It's copied. Then click on paste, then align to selected levels. So these beams are on level 2, so I want to copy to 3, hold control 4, 5, even 6. I'm just going to edit a bit on top and click on OK and perfect. You notice that within some few seconds I have all my beams all the way up to the top, as you can see. Now on top here, I just need to remove the beams that I don't need. For example, I don't need these beams. I'll simply delete. It's as simple as that. This is the fastest than going to that particular level, start placing one by one. You can simply copy what you have there and simply now remove what you don't want. For example, I actually don't need these beams. All right, let me just delete what I don't need. You can as well do that, because you need to model according to how your your structure is. Okay, I think I don't need these as well. Right, select this one. Let me not delete what I need. All right, even these here. Okay, quickly delete all these. Okay, I guess this is faster than just trying to place these things one by one. Right, this one here. And let me leave the rest. If you want, you can do that. Maybe the only thing that I want to do, maybe this one, let me delete this one, let me delete. And I think we are good. Maybe only this side. I don't need these beams. Hold control, select all these and delete. I know how my structure is, so don't ask me why I'm doing this, because I know the the layout for my structure, so that's why I'm deleting what I don't need. Okay, I think I'm good now. Perfect. This is the structure that we have. So now the next thing that we want to do is to model our floors. Again, floors are easy to do. As you can see, it looks good. So I'll need to go to level 2. That is where the floor is. So simply go to level 2. Here we are. Let me add a shading here, shaded, and change to fine level of detail. All right. So once you do this, you just need to go to structure, then click on we have the floor here, right here, click on it, then structural. Again, just go to the properties. You see these options here and the tools that you can use from here. We are going to use these tools to sketch. Now the floor, you see that the preview change here because you are in the sketch mode once creating the floor. So don't get worried once you see this. So you just need to come here. Again, you can pick the floor as a starting point. This is a generic concrete floor that I want to use. You can use in situ concrete. All these can be modified, but it's a beginner's lesson, so I just want to show on how to model quickly. I'll go to generic. Then since 300mm thick is too much, I'll click on edit, duplicate. Just leave the name the way it is, click OK. Now for the floor, to change the thickness, we need to go to structure right here and click on edit. And now I just want to edit this one, the thickness maybe to 150. This is what I want. And click OK, apply, OK. Right, once you do that, you just need to come on top here. We have the sketch tools that you can use. We are under the boundary, which is OK. Now you can use a line or you can use the beams. If you want to use the beams, pick supports. All right, you can pick the supports or pick the walls if you want. If you pick the support, you can pick what you want. You see that the line will be there. But to make it simple, I'll just hold Ctrl Z to undo that one and simply use the line. Pick line, actually. I'll use this one, pick line. This one is a line which you use. Maybe you don't want to be drawing one by one like that. You are wasting time. Use the other two, this one here, pick line, so that you are just able to pick the line and you can see that now I can quickly start. I'm just tracing around my building, just like that, because that is the boundary for your floor. So you just have to pick the boundary for your floor just like that, as you can see. So you can see that pick is the quickest, just like that. Once you do that, now you finish, you need now to trim these corners. Okay, if I try to finish, Revit will not allow me because the sketch is not a closed loop. So I'll click on continue and click on trim, TR, click there, and now just click those, continue until you finish. Corner, corner, this corner and that corner. Make sure that all these corners are joined. Right, this is very, very important for beginners. Otherwise, you start struggling. So just click there, just like that. And let's continue until we finish. All right, so now here we forgot to, we can't trim here because we need one. So I'll click on pick lines, add this one, then click on trim, or just TR on your keyboard. You're going to have the two activated, then click just the two lines, this one and that one, this one and this one. I think we are done now. Oh, we still have some more here. Right, perfect, we are done. Click on finish. Let's see what we get. Perfect, we have our floor right here. Let me go to my 3D view. Perfect, you can see that the floor is right there. Once again, if you want to continue, you can go level by level, but you don't need to do that. Just select that floor which you have because it's the same except for the top part. So just select this one, click on copy to clipboard, then paste, align to selected levels. I'll copy all the way up to the top, hold shift and up to 6 so that all these are selected. Actually it's at level 2, so I'll hold Control to remove one. I've removed that one because level 2 there's already a floor, and click on finish. Perfect, you can see that everything is perfect except that I just have to edit the top one. Now before I even do that, do Control Z. I'll do Control Z. I'll select once again that floor. If I want to edit this one, click on edit boundary, go to level 2. I think there's something I need to adjust here. I'll select on this one. Now you can, if I want to have maybe 1.1 this side, you can do that. So this is how you can go back to your floor and edit. Maybe even here the floor, there is maybe, you know, an overhang there, a cantilever a bit. You can do that. So I'm just trying to show you. So click there. Now I don't have to go to the 3D view. I can click on copy to clipboard, click on paste, align. Now I'm getting faster because you already know on what is supposed to be done. Okay, up to somewhere there, click on finish. It's there in 3D. Go to 3D view, perfect. Now I just need to edit the top one. So the way it is selected. Just click on edit boundary. Go to any level. Maybe let me go to level 6. Okay, so I know that I'm just dealing with this one on top. I can select all these and simply delete. Then select all those and simply delete. And now just use a line if I want. Let me not even waste time. I can do that. Do that. Escape once. It snaps somewhere here, so I can align there. And just somewhere here, click on modify. Now make sure that you don't have two lines like this. It's not good. I'll just delete this one. Then use a trim. TR on your keyboard or just click there. Just trim like that. Okay, trim like that. This is how you can quickly model your structures in Revit. Click on finish. There's a problem. Structure floor plan direction notes. Let me continue from here. Now, if you don't have some form of, you know, parallel lines, it means that you haven't specified the direction, the span direction. So make sure that if you deleted the line with that span direction, just click on that and you can specify. Otherwise, it will not allow you to finish. So that is the span direction. So just click on finish. Now we are done. Let's go to the 3D view. Excellent. This is what we get. And here we are. This is how you can quickly, you know, make structural models in Revit. So if you like what I'm doing on this channel, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel, like my videos, and don't forget to join me in the courses. Check the links in the description.